Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. You guys know what time it is. It is time to look at some more of Flustered's customs. Today's video is going to also feature heavily the work of LS3D, so I will put links to both of these creators down in the comments. I will pin it, and it'll also be in the description. So without any further ado, let's go ahead, jump right in, and we'll start with this dude over here. So this right here is a little look at what Flustered's customs look like before he starts working on them. So this is kind of a clone trooper, stormtrooper inspired figure. The helmet is a stormtrooper from LS3D, which looks very nice. It looks really good on these things with the collar, but the neck is a little tall in my opinion for the figures that don't have a collar. So on this body, I think it looks absolutely perfect. We got the big shoulder pads. This is the torso from one of the Blizzard Squad, Blizzard Cryo Troopers. And then we have a waist cape from a Destiny Warlock, feet from a Hunter, Marine thigh plates, an ODST backpack, and then a railgun, which I'm sure will be either painted or modified at some point. So Flustered included this in this wave of customs just so that you guys could kind of see how the figures start out, and also see that sometimes it's worth breaking down more rare figures like the Destiny ones to make some customs. I think it's a pretty nice look at how these things start. Kind of gives more of an appreciation for the amount of work that goes into these figures. Next up, we have the Doom guy. Now, I believe this is the original Doom guy. I'm really not well versed on Doom at all, but this looks like the original version. I always wondered why he doesn't have like armor. He just has his abs. I guess his abs are enough to be armor. But we've got a blade here. Now Flustered told me that this is like commission for a Milo Customs, and we'll see some more parts designed by Milo Customs later. But yeah, this guy looks pretty good. He's got the big bulky boots. He's got terrible posture. Either that or he just has a lot of bulky armor on his back. You can see like sculpt work here. It looks like this little thing might be like the attachment point for the thing that goes over his shoulder. And then the shoulders themselves look sculpted. Still get decent range of movement there. The head looks sculpted to me. It looks like maybe there's a Call of Duty head underneath there, and it was sculpted up. The belt was also sculpted. He's got a shotgun. I called this a rifle in some of my old Call of Duty reviews because it looks like a rifle. Like, it's got a scope thing. Why would you put a scope on a shotgun, really? But that looks pretty nice. It's all painted up. Overall, pretty nice figure. I think it is one of not LS3Ds. I think it is one of Flustered's older customs, but I'd say it still looks pretty darn good. The next two figures stepped right out of Cyberpunk 2077. We have the male protagonist, or if you can call it protagonist for that game, the male main character. We'll look at him in a second. But we also have Johnny Silverhand, and he even has his silver hand. Now, the head, I believe, is designed by Milo Customs and then was produced by LS3D, and it looks kind of scary good. Like, this thing is smaller than my fingernail, and it is so well detailed. And then, of course, Flustered painted it to pretty much perfection. Like, look at that. That looks absolutely fantastic. It's honestly better than some of the larger action figures that I've seen out there. And then the torso piece is using one of the more armored up Call of Duty chest plates, painted up with a little bit of detail. The arm is an interesting mix of things because it is partially the Halo / Terminator mechanical arm, but he's modified it to actually bend, which Mega, look, it's so easy. Just make the arm bend, for crying out loud. So there's that. That's really cool. And then he's modified the upper arm to have more mechanical detail as well. And then this other side is just like a normal arm, but it's got a bunch of tattoos all over it. And then he's got a gun, which is a Call of Duty handgun modified with some extra detail. Looking very nice. The barrel is kind of extended and squared off a little bit. And that looks pretty cool. He's just got the legs from, I believe that's from an NMPD trooper, possibly, then painted up. And of course, he's got a guitar. I think this is a Lego guitar actually, but it's all painted. Looks pretty nice. Oh yeah, there we go. You can see the Lego logo on the back. That looks pretty darn good. And then he's using the Mega Construx like strap piece so he can kind of carry this around. Let's sling it over his head. There we go. He is all set. Really, really just fantastic work. I just can't get over how good that head is. There's even some like depth to the glasses because there's a slight gradient, just enough to make it look like an actual lens. Really, really good. And then the male, I don't even know what you call it. He's just like the dude you play as. He looks just as good. He's got a pistol, which I think this is a Call of Duty pistol. And then he has a really nicely done head. You can see the like cybernetic bits. He's got a beard. The shoulders, I believe, are fully sculpted. Or, yeah, they look fully sculpted. We got some nice detail work. You can see his shirt peeking out from underneath the leather vest. Or, I guess it's a leather jacket sort of thing. It's got like a pin here. Got the blue around the collar, which looks really nice. And then around the back, it says Samurai. And then there's more detailing, which is very, very fine. I don't understand how he gets that fine of detail out of just simple brushes. And then the legs, I think, are also NMPD legs that have been painted. So that is pretty cool, too. He's not as flashy as Johnny is, just looking at him straight away. But I think they're both equally well done. I mean, again, think about the fact that these are tiny, tiny little figures. And they have heads that look pretty darn human. So I would say both of these are masterpieces. Next up, we have a Reach Spartan. Now, I think this is a Mark 5B. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what this is. Basically, Noble 6. And we've looked at, I think, another Noble 6 by Flustered before, or a Noble 6-esque figure. But this is not one that I recognize right off the bat. So the waist unit looks to be, I think that's LS3D's waist unit. It looks more defined than the official Mega one. And then we have some, looks like he just kind of carved down the big giant like screen unit on there. We've got the default shoulders, and then the thigh armor looks to be sculpted, I think, which is very interesting. Sculpted on there. There's little details. Is that a little smiley face on the leg? It's on both. It might just be detail on the armor, but it looks like a little smiley face. Very nice paint work all over. I love this dark red. But the thing that really stuck out to me was the visor. So the visor on this figure is not shiny. It's kind of a matte, pale yellow. And it is very, very sharp. Very nice looking. And kind of the matte visor fits the Reach aesthetic very nicely. So that to me is a pretty big win. I don't really know why the inner arms are different colors. This one was red, and then it was painted darker red, and then this one's silver. Honestly, I feel like putting both silver would have made the most sense. But other than that, this figure looks fantastic. And he has used the female version of the Reach torso, the one that Kat uses. So this is a female Spartan. There's plenty of nice detail on there. The lights, you can see the little detailing in there. Looks kind of like Darth Vader's chest piece. The helmet has lots of detail all over it, even around to the back. We have the little warning symbol on the armor. It just looks really, really good. Got the warning symbols on the boots. It's just a really, really solid figure. And like I said, that visor, that really just sticks out to me. That looks so nice. And now I want to try doing a matte visor like that. Following on the heels of that Spartan, we have a pair of Reach Marines. Now, bro, stand up or just go off to the side. We have looked at some Reach Marines by Flustered before, which I think actually it might have even been this one, but it's been upgraded if it is. We have camo, we have a bunch of sculpting all over the chest. The shoulders are LS3D pieces, and then the helmet is a Infinite Marine helmet, but with a sculpted on little flashlight, which looks fantastic. I believe the thigh plate is, well, that's either LS3D's thigh plate piece or it's sculpted. I think it's LS3D's piece. But the camo looks fantastic. I really like the lighter colored boots. Kind of stands out in contrast. Then there's like very nice detailing on there. Just the fine paint work blows me away. And I love the color of the visor. And also he's utilizing the masked Marine head super well. It looks like this was probably the Desert Marine from the Blind Bag series. And then also what he's done is he's shaved down the elbow joint. So there's less connection on there, which means less friction to wear the paint off, which is super clever. And I may try doing that myself. The second Marine, I gotta say, I think I like this one better purely because it's just, he's a way more intimidating looking dude. He's got the Call of Duty boots, the like armored ones. Same LS3D shoulders. Oh, he's even got his blood type on there. A negative, I believe that's how you say it. I was saying minus and plus, and everybody was telling me that's not how you say it. So it would be like positive or negative. So I think that's A negative. More of the symbols there. Another blood type thing there. And the head is the MP helmet from LS3D with the like Hazop attachment, which looks fantastic. I actually have one of these that I need to paint up. And then it's got a flashlight on there. That might be sculpted on there. I don't remember if it's on the actual piece or not. Fantastic piece though. I love how the visor has been painted. It's that pale blue color, which matches the kind of bluish camo on the legs. Thigh plates again, which I'm pretty darn sure that's LS3D's pieces around the back. It's just very crisp, very sharp. You can see the stripe around the back of the helmet. There's a little green light up there. Both of these figures just look really good and make me want official Mega Reach Marines. But I've said this before, even if we did get official Mega Reach Marines, none of them would hold a candle to these guys at all. We're just kind of keeping it with the Reach theme here, and we have a little squad of Bullfrogs. Now, I have looked at a Bullfrog by Flustered before. I don't think it was any of these. I'm not 100% sure, though. But I just wanted to look at them again, even if I have covered at least one of these before, just because they're so... Oh, they're so good. They're literally perfect. So we have one guy here who does not have the jump pack, so I was assuming that he was the sniper, so I gave him the sniper rifle. Let me pop that off. This is LS3D's sniper rifle. Looks very good. The little bipod does not move, but I think that's a pretty decent sacrifice for how good this piece looks. And then, of course, Flustered has absolutely killed it with the painting. There's blue, kind of a blue-green on the scope. Green on the other side. There's a little yellowy stripe. The barrel is kind of a gunmetal color, while the rest is kind of differing shades of gray. Looks so good. So good. Makes me want to finish painting mine. I am in the process of painting one of these, and I just haven't finished. And then the Bullfrog himself is looking very, very nice. That is LS3D's ODST helmet with, it looks like a little bit of sculpting for a wire on there, because I know that wasn't on the piece. Then he's got the thigh plates by LS3D as well. And then the harness was completely modified. That looks to be the original ODST harness, but he is cut and spliced and glued and done all kinds of stuff to make it it's almost like a Spartan torso, because it wraps around the sides. Got a little UNSC painted on there. Gosh dang. How did he do that? That's insane. Got the white on the side here. Got the blood type. Then not on this side, but we still got the white on this side. We have, looks like some shells on his waist, maybe. Excuse me. And then both sides are different. So we've got yellow on this side and blue on this side. The legs have some pockets on there. Or not really pockets, some pouches. Got a little buckle on it. There's the thigh plate with the light. And then the new backpack. I knew it wasn't going to be long before Flustered had some of these painted up. Look at that. That is fantastic. It's got the red stripe. Then the helmet has the stripe on top. So that is the first of our Bullfrogs. Like I said, I'm kind of assuming this dude is the sniper since he doesn't have the jump pack. This one does have the jump pack, however. And it's got the same sort of thing going for the chest plate. Weapon is a Magnum painted up to perfection. Absolute perfection. That is just... look at even the little lights on the front. Yes. Just yes. And then it looks like he decided to try something new. And instead of using just the ODST shoulders here, he cut off the little clips and then just glued it on there so it looks like it's just attached to the jumpsuit, which is kind of cool. Got the same thigh plates, but it looks like there's no pouches on the lower legs, which is cool. I like the differentiation. More shells, which looks very nice. There's a little skull on there. Again, UNSC, blue straps. This helmet, I believe that's actually one of LS3D's options. Kind of like the Mickey helmet. That looks pretty good. Another A negative blood type. This time it is on both sides. And then there is a jump pack, and this is LS3D's jump pack. You can see very, very fine detail on there, and of course Flustered has painted it so well. But the thing that I wanted to point out is that you can get closed and open options, which is really cool. Megas, you just kind of plug the things in the side, and you don't really have a closed option. So this is nice. That is very nice. So you can see the open one has the thrusters. Flustered has put little warning symbols on there. It says UNSC. Just looks so good. I've run out of words for how good these things are. This guy is armed with a DMR, or I guess you could call it a bandit because it's literally just bandit's literally just a DMR. Now the chest plate on this guy looks 3D printed to me. I'm not totally sure. This might be a piece from Flustered. I forgot, or from LS3D. I forgot to ask him about this one. That looks a little bit 3D printed to me. It's a little more bulky than the Mega one that he used. It's a little bit more round and more angular. And it's really nice looking. Good. Again, UNSC. He's got a little collar. This guy's helmet is a bit darker, which I like. Still got the white stripe. He's using the Mickey helmet again. This guy has a B negative blood type. Very nice. And he's using the LS3D shoulders. Fantastic. And then the thigh plates, and then no pouches on the lower legs, but they're painted up really nicely. Oh my gosh, I can't get over how good these are. They look like they were just ripped out of the game. Like, whew. I love Mega's official ODSTs. I really do. They're some of my favorite figures, but dang, these are just so far beyond. I mean, look at all the visors. I didn't even really talk about the visors, but they're absolute perfection on all of them. I thoroughly approve. These are fantastic. And last, but by no means least, we have the crown jewel of this whole lineup, the Oreo Spartan. So this is just, first of all, I just want to say, we're starting off by saying this is an absolute masterpiece. Possibly one of his best work ever. I'm not sure. There still is another handful of customs to look at, but those are going to be for a separate video for reasons that you'll see later. But this is something special. So this is the Oreo coating that was like that promotion or whatever. That was a team up between 343 and Oreo. So we have the battle rifle coating, which this is one of LS3D's little battle rifle prints. Very nice. It is very accurate, has a ton of detail. I don't think it fits the Mega muzzle flares, but you can see the barrel has a little indent, and the paint work is superb. Really nice. And I like that he did paint the weapon coating to go with the Spartan. But the Spartan by himself is wow. So he's got the LS3D head. That is the Zeta, Spartan Zeta, I think that's what that's called. Mark 5 or something. And then he's got those shoulders. I don't remember what those are called, but they're like the Warhammer-esque shoulders. Those are also LS3D. The chest, I think the chest is a Mark 7 chest with added on shotgun shells and then some sculpting, I think. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Very, very well done. And then around the back, you can see it continues. There's even some paint work on the undersuit. Whew. I'm just imagining how much time and effort it took to do all the little Oreo speckles on all of the white. I mean, look, even this little piece here has it. The legs, look at all the detail on the legs. Especially, look at the lines there and the little blue lights. Holy crap. And then, of course, the paint work on the shoulders looks fantastic. And the sculpt work, or it's not really sculpt work, just the design of the shoulders, how well LS3D translated that into Mega form is, oh my gosh. And then the helmet, first of all, this helmet is just fantastic looking in Halo itself. And its translation into Mega form is also fantastic. It is properly sized, I feel. Like, here's a Marine, and that helmet is kind of bulky, and it works really well, but I don't really feel like it gets limited at all. Like, look at the movement. That's actually really good. Upward movement, downward movement. You even get a little bit of a tilt side to side. So on the Mark 7 chest unit, this head is really not limited at all, even though it looks like it should be. So another huge thumbs up to LS3D's design work. And then all of the stuff going on the chest plate is fantastic. I really like how it breaks up the Oreo coating. Like, I feel like the white and the blue would get to be a bit much, so kind of the gray there is fantastic. And we even have stuff on the lower arms. Oh my gosh, this is just, it's perfection. This is literally perfection. Now, I actually want to grab real quick another figure that is a coating from Halo Infinite. This is Mega's official Pepsi Man from Series 16, and I just wanted to put him alongside this just to show. Yeah, that makes the Pepsi Man look so bad. Just the way that the colors are on the Oreo Spartan looks very realistic. Just it's all muted a little bit. Even the white. This guy looks like a toy now. This is a great figure. I really do like this figure. But dang, like, yeah, this is great. Also, in case you guys were wondering, these big shoulders leave plenty of room to pose this dude. Very, very well done. This is definitely among Flustered's best work that I've ever seen from him. Oh my gosh, so good. Well, there you have it. That is another batch of customs from Flustered. And again, these heavily feature parts from LS3D. So if you want to get anything that you saw, like that helmet, or the shoulders, or the ODST helmets, or the shoulder plates from some of the Bullfrogs and Marines, you can find all of that at LS3D's store. I will put the link in the description. I will also put the link to Flustered's Instagram so you can check out some of his other work, because he is getting better and better. Now, honestly, I really think he's rivaling G Customs in terms of quality. I mean, look at that. That is just beautiful. Flawless. Just so good. And another thing that Flustered has been really good at is getting his paint work to be durable. Yeah, you'll still see some rubbing on the joints, but obviously, like I pointed out, he's starting to shave down the elbow joints to make sure that doesn't happen. And the paint, especially on this guy, I don't feel too worried posing him around because it doesn't feel like the paint is just going to scratch right off. So that is a huge plus, and I think it's something a lot of customizers struggle with, is getting that paint consistency, because I've seen people do some really, really good paint work, but then it kind of doesn't stay. So sealing your paint is a huge thing, and I think, depending on the paint you use as well. So whatever Flustered does, it works very nicely. And I actually have one of his Halo 2 Anniversary ODSTs in my collection, and that guy is holding up very nicely as well. So absolutely just so well done. These blow me away every time. Those Bullfrogs are so nice. Like I said, Mega does nice ODSTs, but these guys are leagues beyond. The Marines are really nice, and even this Spartan, who's not like overly flashy. Like this dude, he's very flashy. He uses a lot of special parts. This one, not as flashy, but still super well done. Very nice details all over. And then it's nice to see the other like franchises in Mega form. Cyberpunk, Doom, even some Star Wars. This just kind of proves that Cyberpunk and Doom, they would both fit the Mega format pretty nicely, I'd say, assuming that Mega actually makes a bending robot arm. I don't even know if Mega ever sees these videos, but Mega, if anybody in the Mega company sees this, nobody wants more of that unbending robot arm. You made a bending robot arm with Giga, so you can make one for the Spartans. Please, we are done with that Terminator arm. It's just crud. It doesn't bend. The hand clip is kind of fragile. We just don't want any more of it. So, rant over. But yeah, absolutely fantastic work. Definitely go check out LS3D's store and Flustered's Instagram down below. Absolutely just, this is like the peak of the Mega Construx community right here. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.